Hey, happy day, liberals. Liberals are hopeless. They come up with all kinds of crazy stuff all of the time, right? It's all about propaganda and lies. They build around crazy things and then they throw in things that sound nice, but when you dig into them, they're actually crazy. I got to tell you what is not good. They want us to triple think now. They don't want us to. We have to triple think to kind of get to the bottom of all the things that they're doing because they're giving things always. I'll give you this and I'll give you that. And it's always free and people are buying into this stuff. So how do we fix that? It's kind of like having a big sale at a store. I mean, hey, you get this free if you pay this, right? It's like your wife coming home and saying, I saved $5,000 today. Whoa, good for you. How did you do that? Well, there was a mink coat regularly priced at $10,000. Today it was on half price and I bought it and we saved money. That's kind of a liberal thinking. Ugh, watch what you tell your wife. But they're constantly doing this stuff and I got to tell you, their intellect is... and they're hopeless. They just are. A case in point here, President Joe Biden, he's doing all kinds of left-wing things all of the time. The good news is there's a Constitution and the Supreme Court says, hey, you can't do that. And they back it up. Obama went through this as well. Every day you'd read the headlines that said, here's something else that's free or dumb. Usually they kind of went together. And then in the small print a week or two or a month later, it said the Supreme Court said you can't do that because, and on it goes. Now the federal court has said, hey, Joey, your administration has allowed transgender workers and students to use school restrooms matching their gender identities and you know what? And this transgender athlete business to join sports teams corresponding with their choice and genders, that's what they have to do now. So if you're a man, born a man, and you now identify as a woman, you dress up like a woman, guess what? According to this judge, at least, I hope it doesn't get appealed. If it does, I hope the good side still wins. He's a man. You're kind of a man now. Stop doing all this other stuff because it ain't fair. But that is a liberal way. Anything that isn't fair is what they like, right? They're bullies. They do things that are unfair all the time. It's about fairness, it being politics, it being lifestyle. And that's the big deal with this hopeless thing about liberals. And that is that they're bullies. Things aren't fair, and you need to be fair. and that case in point with regard to that one, of course, is a big, strong man, born a man, who now puts on a skirt and says, I'm a woman and I'm going to compete with women in soccer and a variety of other sports, right, swimming and so on, and that ain't fair. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Joe Biden was getting millions and millions of thumbs down. So YouTube said, that's not nice because we like him because we're not fair. And so we're going to not allow that to happen. Only thumbs up, no thumbs down. Is that fair? Of course it isn't fair. Should people be allowed to express themselves? Of course. In this new Wi-Fi world, internet world, should they? Of course. It goes on and on. The pandemic, it's not in the moving on here. Keeping up, are you? Topics, lots of topics that tick us off, don't you know? The Alberta Health Services says COVID-19 immunization policy for workers and so on is now, not required. It says, this is the Alberta government talking, it says that vaccines continue to provide strong protection against serious effects from COVID, but there is emerging evidence that the shots have become less protective against infection. They're kind of saying the doesn't work much, right? And the hospitals are full in a lot of places, and the people in the hospitals have all been vaccinated pretty much to a person now. So they're doing a little bit of rethink. Duh. It's been a couple of years, more than 2.5 years, a long time. Then you have the Prime Minister of Canada. He said no one can go onto a plane or into a plane or a train and so on without wearing a mask, right? So, of course, the other day, what's he doing? He's in Kettle Valley, on Kettle Valley Steam Railway. It's a heritage railroad, and you know what? He's zipping along, and he doesn't wear a mask. Of course not, but everyone else has to, and if you... Not fair. Oh, kind of a liberal thing. Not fair. Okay, I got more. I could rant on and on about these people, particularly these left, well, all of them. They're not fair. Through this entire COVID thing, you read all the time about, you guys can't do it and I do. And that's liberalism. They're hopeless. What do we do with them? You got to get rid of them. You got to vote them out somehow because they're wrecking our world every day. Bullies. You know what they do to a bully in the schoolyard? Huh? Bullies in the schoolyard scare people. A lot of people run away and the odd person stands up and whap and says, we're going to fix this now. Hey, see ya.